Welcome to your weekend focus, May the 14th and the 15th, 2022. My name's Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. And I send it right back to you. Okay, we start with the 14 energy for Saturday. The 14 energy is looking at having more by having less. So what is going unused? It's unwanted. It sits in the back of the closet. You haven't worn it for 2 years. You don't even eat that kind of food anymore. What is it that you need to maybe just back it up a little bit? Maybe give that stuff away to somebody that could use it, and concentrate and focus on bringing the things that you bring value into your life a priority. 1 plus 4 is a 5, so we are seeking our happiness, our joy, our laughter. So find things that make you happy, that bring you joy. Things that you've always wanted, but you know, things like that. Now be careful under that, because Mercury is retrograde, so anything you purchase, you'll probably want to bring back. Make sure they have a good return policy. Okay, it's not about so much as going out and buying yourself something as creating the environment in your life to reflect the beauty of who you are and bring it out and around you. If we do the numerology for Saturday, it would be a 16 energy. That's all about awakenings. That's all about things being removed from your life that no longer have value, that weigh you down, that pull you down. And maybe those are things that you're actually trying to hold on to. You will have the awakening that you need to let it go, that it's not serving you anymore, that it's not allowing you to move forward in the way you want. 1 plus 6 is a 7. It's standing in our truth. It's definitely about our relationships, our love relationships. Maybe making compromises, so don't give a part of yourself away. Don't give your power away. But make sure it's a win-win situation for where you are making compromises in that relationship, in growing the harmony and growing the love. Sunday, it would be a 15, right? The 15th. And that's about bondage. That's about freedom. So understanding where we are allowing others or allowing ourselves to pull us back, to not allow us to experience something, that we have a wall built or some safety mechanism written into our subconscious to tell us to back away, when we know going forward is going to help us so much, tremendously. So it's looking at our life and understanding where we keep ourselves in bondage or where we allow others to keep us there. 1 plus 5 is a 6, so it could be a lot with your health, your well-being. Once again, relationships would be on the list as well. If we do the numerology of the day, though, it's a 17, and that's making the impossible possible. That's where we get that epiphany, that aha moment. So maybe we understand now something that has actually been holding us back, and it could have been something that we thought was actually keeping us grounded or even potentially moving us forward. We get clarity, we get understanding, we get truth coming in under this energy. 1 plus 7 is an 8. That's about embracing our courage and our strength and walking with a sense of integrity. Right now, especially under an 8 energy, if it sounds too good to be true, chances are it is. So be careful of the quick end to the race, finding the shortcut. Those things rarely work under this kind of energy. Sun is in Taurus for our weekend. The moon, I believe by the time most of us get up in the morning, will have moved into Scorpio. So it'll be a Scorpio kind of weekend. Scorpio kind of weekends, we dig for the truth, the understanding, the reality of the situation. Things can be black, things can be white. There are no grays. So we don't like superficial. We detest lies. We want the truth. And we will dig for it. We will investigate. We will ask questions. We will become more aware under that beautiful Scorpio moon. And really, it's a primal energy. It's like a mystic's kind of energy. So pay attention to what your intuition, what your gut is telling you. What, that little voice in your head says yes or no to. I think the sun isn't getting along with Saturn this weekend, so if anything comes up, it's probably a test to your character. So we have to be very vigilant on meeting our responsibilities with a patience, with a determination, with a want to do it all right. Because chances are we will be tested this weekend in some form, in some way, with Sun and Saturn not getting along. The Sun is also getting along with Neptune, I believe, which will make it a lot less stressful for us. And we may even understand or come to see some new goals that we can set for ourselves right now if we trust our instincts. And if we trust our instincts, you could actually take a dream and make it a reality under this kind of influence. So it's a beautiful energy to attach ourselves to embrace. And then Venus and Uranus are kind of getting along. So you really have to be open-minded, have kind of a progressive outlook on especially relationships, but things that bring in passion, desire. This is where you bump into somebody, you spill their coffee all over them. They ended up dropping their paperwork in the process, and while you're apologizing and help them clean up and pick up the papers and whatnot, you look in each other's eyes and it's like you've known each other forever. It's that kind of energy that can happen. Or we see something for the very first time, we didn't even know it existed, but now that we know it existed, we have to have it in our lives. We can't believe that we've gone this long without it, and why didn't anybody tell us? It's that kind of energy. Okay, let's get to the cards. Okay, we have, oh, look at this, the Hangman. The Hangman shows up first. This is about being in the moment, people. This is about taking a deep breath, backing it up a little bit, looking at your life, looking at the situations you're in, looking at your dreams, the potential of what you could bring into your life, and understanding what the next steps need to be. So if you're feeling confused, if you're feeling constricted, if you're feeling like you don't know which way to turn, back it up. Just breathe and say, okay, this is what I want to bring into my life. Now, in order to bring that into my life, what do I need to do in my life? Do I need to surrender to somebody's way of thinking or doing or being, or perception that more people have than I do, and allowing that perception to awaken us to what is possible out there? Surrendering to an energy, a dream, a desire, saying, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to try it. See what happens here. It could be about making compromises in relationships, especially. Relationships are highlighted this weekend. So where do we need to give more? Where do we need to take a little bit away? Where do we bring in that balance within relationships? How do we grow those relationships deeper? And when we have Venus and Uranus getting together, you could meet somebody that is like totally the exact opposite of you. They speak a different language. They're from a different country. They have different traditions and values, but there's a connection that just cannot be denied. And it opens you up to a whole new world of passions, dreams, and desires that you didn't even know existed. Once again, I'm getting that you didn't know it existed. So don't feel bad that it's just showing up now, because you weren't supposed to know about it till now. But now that you know about it, you got to find out more. You do. You just have to. So the Hangman is being in the moment. There is no past. It's only what we keep alive that is our past. There is no future. It's not guaranteed to us. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. It never has been, never will be. But we start to worry about what might happen in the future, and it holds us back. So don't worry about what might happen in the future or what happened in the past. Worry about the here and now. And in that here and now, chances are, in this very brief moment in time, the phone isn't ringing with the bill collector. Somebody isn't arguing with you. you're just in that moment, and appreciate that moment and give gratitude for that moment and understand that moment as being truly yours and yours alone. Oh, we didn't look at the bottom card. Shall we do that? Our shadow for the weekend. Look at this. The Eight of Swords. Perceptions. Perceptions will change. Here we think, oh my gosh, we're trapped. We can't move forward. There's something blocking me. I'm blindfolded, so I don't know what it is. I'm scared to remove the blindfold because what if they're there and they see me remove the blindfold? Then what will they do to me? Is this like a good thing right now to me and it could get a lot worse, or is this the worst thing that could happen to me? I'm going to stay in this corner. I'm protected in this corner, at least, with everything surrounding me, the swords surrounding me like this. At least I know nothing can come at me without me seeing it first. We get all these different, and all of a sudden we realize, you know what? We're going to take, we've been listening and we haven't heard any movement around us. And we're going to take our hands, because our hands were free all this time, and we're going to remove that blindfold. And we are going to see that we could have left that reality, left that environment, left that relationship, left that job, left that community, left that way of thinking, had we just removed the blindfold. And right now is a time when the blindfold will be removed. Okay, next card. Look at this. Three of Wands is back. Three of Wands started the reading, I believe, yesterday. Friday if you're watching this on Saturday. I guess it's Friday if you're watching it on Sunday too. It's just not yesterday. So we have the Hangman, but then in our second position today, we have the Three of Wands. So the Three of Wands, we are looking towards our tomorrow, what we want to step into, what we want to change, what dreams we have that we want to incorporate into our reality, into our surroundings, into our environments, into our relationships, into the way we are, we become. And right now we're not making those decisions, but we're looking at different options. Eventually we move over to the second wand. We'll tweak some things, remove some things, add some things in, change course altogether. Eventually we'll move over to that third wand and make some decisions, but now is not the time. Now is the time to look at our options, look at those open doorways. The Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles says, roll up your sleeves and get to work. It's going to be a while, okay? This is a commitment of work, patience, dedication, discipline. Are we willing to do those things in order to really, truly bring it in? We hold the paintbrush to the canvas of our tomorrow with this card. We get to create our reality in the way we want our reality to be created. So what are you asking for? Are you looking at your bills and you say, oh, I never have enough money to pay everything. I don't know if I'm going to survive past this week. What if my paycheck stops and then I have no income coming in, and then I'm going to find myself homeless, and I don't even know if there's a shelter in the area, and what if it gets cold out and I have no place to sleep, and what if somebody's mean to me, and I don't have a home address, and how would I get my mail? And you just start to spiral down that rabbit hole like there's no tomorrow, because that's what we're taught. So I want you to dip that paintbrush into some yellows and oranges and greens and blues and golds and silvers. And I want you to light up your tomorrow. I want you to understand that you can bring in exactly what you truly want. But when you grab those bills and you think poverty, you're also inviting in poverty. You're also inviting into, your subconscious says, oh, they said we can't pay our bills. We better make sure that happens. I had one client one time and they said, I just want to start at zero again. And I was like, oh, no, dude, never say that. Please never say that, because you will end up at zero. Right now you have a house and a car and people that love you and family and beauty. And you want to go to zero. You're going to lose those things as well as the things that are actually giving you the stress, which was her credit card bills and her mortgage and the car and the insurance and the property tax. That was the things that was concerning her, and she wanted to get to zero that way. But the universe, the divine energy, heard, I want to get to zero, which means we want nothing. And she was backpedaling. The more she thought she was going forward or asking for forward, the more she was actually going in reverse. So we changed her affirmations, and she's doing wonderful now. So really think about what you're saying to yourself on a constant basis, about your dreams, about your potential, about where you're going, about what you deserve, about how beautiful you are. Judgment. Judgment coming out usually says if you've done great things in the past, this is when the rewards come in. This is when the promotion happens. This is when you get the wedding or the marriage proposal. This is when you get rewarded in some small way that applies to you and you alone for something that you did without even thinking twice about it. Paying it forward or being of service or just giving your talents and abilities to the world in some way, even if it is just a next door neighbor. Judgment is definitely about us looking at where we need to make some firm decisions in our life too, where we need to analyze certain areas of our life that we've been not looking at. We've been over here because it's more fun being over here in this part of our life and this part of our focus and this part of our understanding. And it doesn't bring in the stress or the fear or the anxiety that this part does. So I just ignore that part. I try and make it go away, and nobody brought it up today, so I'm clear. No, you're not. You're still dragging that energy with you. Oh, and it's slowing you down. It's weighing you down. It's a burden. You need to look at those things and remove them. You need to make some decisions about the new opportunities that you truly want to step into, because it would make you feel beautiful and you deserve it. And who cares what anybody else thinks, because they're not invested in your path like you are. You are the one invested in your path. Nobody else can make it or break it unless you give them the power to do that. Okay, one more card here. Look at this. We end up with the Ace of Swords, the aha moment, the epiphany. Pay attention. Pay attention to the energy of this weekend, because as we use that Scorpio moon to start digging through to get to the truth, to get to the understanding, we're going to have that realization, that aha moment, that epiphany, that miracle come into our life perhaps, that just changes everything. Look at that crown that's on that. That is the king's crown. That's the emperor's crown. That's the empress crown perhaps. It's about seizing your potential. Understanding how you can step into it. Now, whether you do or not is up to you. We have free will, but I'm telling you that right now, if you're doing the work, you're going to have an epiphany. You're going to have that aha moment of how you can move forward. It might be you overhear somebody say something and it just triggers. There's like that, the dominoes falling over. One starts and all of a sudden you have this little path going. That's what I see. And it all comes together for you. You understand. You get that glimmer of what you can do, what that step could be. And it could be very fleeting, so write it down. You want to meditate on it later. Will you be making a decision? Will you be jumping into it? I don't know. You don't know. You have to think it through. You have to use the Scorpio energy to start digging for the truth, the understanding. And you have that primal energy to do that for yourself this weekend. Okay, let's get a mantra card, shall we? See where that leads. Okay. I'll cut the cards here. And we have, look at this, dreams. Believe in your dreams. Believe in your dreams. That has a lot to do with the energy of the weekend, right? Taking a step back and saying, this is where I want to be. This is where I am. What do I need to do? And start taking that paintbrush and dabbing it into the most beautiful colors you can imagine and start painting your tomorrow. And don't worry if anybody else is watching, or it's about you right now. And it's paying attention to our dreams. Maybe perhaps having a dream journal. Maybe you say, I don't dream that often. So start telling yourself as you fall asleep at night that tonight I'm going to remember my dreams tomorrow morning. And it might take some consistency, and it might take a couple of weeks and no results. So if you're expecting quick results, that won't happen with the dream journal most times. Sometimes it does. But most times it's a dedicated practice to saying, tonight I'm going to, when I go to sleep tomorrow morning, I'm going to remember my dreams, and have a pen and paper ready, because you ever wake up and there's that dream and it's so vivid and it's like, oh my gosh. And then you go downstairs to start the coffee pot or whatever it might be. And by the time you're back upstairs again in your bedroom, you go, what was that dream about? I can't remember any of it. So have something, write them down. Okay, dreams. Believe in yourself and reach for the stars. It's really that kind of weekend. So embrace your courage, your patience, and passions within you, and make a difference. When you have a dream, only you will have the responsibility to make it real. Dreams are never free. It takes time, it takes energy, it takes sacrifice to create the reality and live your dream. It takes preparation, determination, and effort. So never compromise, never surrender your dreams. Believe in yourself, believe in your dreams. The mantra for the weekend is, I believe in following my dreams, my desires, my wants, my passions, my joys. Okay, we'll get to the animals. I don't have to change that, but for Mother's Day, I was gifted by my beautiful, adoring children, who aren't children anymore. They're all very much adults. But 5-6 years ago, they gave me the animal deck that we have used faithfully, and I love them, but we're going to embrace this one now. It's ended up being another animal deck. And I'll just... Oh my gosh, I almost knocked the mic over. The spirit of the animals oracle. So that's kind of what you want to look at there. Be a little bit more careful with my, it's teetering already. Okay, so what does our beautiful animals have to tell us for this weekend? We get the sea otter. The sea otter. Look at that baby right there, the sea otter. Okay, I want to look at it too. So, happiness. Be the master of playful living. Release expectations and enjoy every day. Let worry go instead choose love. Surrender to the waves. Your good destiny of love is sure. Your good destiny of love is sure. Surrender to the waves. Let go of worry and choose love. Love does make the world go around. This is about creating happiness in your life, joy in your life. Remember, we started out the weekend with the 14 energy. So 1 + 4 is 5, and it's all about your joy, your giggles, your laughter, creativity. Creativity would be another thing that just comes out of nowhere. This is the kind of weekend where you try something absolutely new that you've never tried before, and you don't even know if you'll like it. And it's like, oh my goodness, I have a knack for this and I enjoy it. And where has this been all my life? It's that kind of energy that is around us. So we want to be looking at ways of bringing in joy, happiness. And of course, joy and happiness can only be had when we have as the main ingredient, love. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.